Hey YouTube, welcome to another solo run. We are going to do a glameow solo run through Gen 4 HeartGold. I decided to do glameow because it's a normal type. It should be pretty okay, I guess. It's pretty mediocre, its stats are pretty trashy, its moveset is really bad. It does learn some TMs, but they are mainly special attacks, and his or her special attack is actually garbage. Plus, I always forget that this thing even exists, so yeah. We start the game by picking up a glameow and naming it Gia. We do make our rival pick Totodile. It doesn't matter which one he picks because there are no fighting type starters in this game. The first battle was pretty easy. Faulkner was actually pretty easy too. Nothing too threatening there, aside from Pidgeotto spamming sand attack and taking a while to kill, but it didn't do much damage to me. It was just a drawn out battle because it liked spamming sand attack, like I said, and I kept missing, but I actually managed to win in the first try, so that's really good to hear, I guess. But it's going to get much harder later on because glameow is really bad, like I said, and I'm not sure why anybody would even use this thing, but okay. Then we have a Team Rocket Executive, first battle in the well. It was pretty easy. Nothing too hard there. Coughing managed to poison me, but it couldn't do anything to me, so that was pretty easy. And not too hard. I did also learn Feint Attack right before this, so we should be pretty good for the rival battle here because he starts with Ghastly. Ghastly can't touch me. I have Feint Attack, so yeah, nothing too hard there. We put Crocodile to sleep, and then we actually start missing like crazy because why not? It is a scary face for some reason, twice. And then we get the crit with Feint Attack and another crit. I did actually have to battle him several times because Crocodile usually went for some attacks and it actually managed to take me out. This was the first battle where he used Scary Face twice in a row, so that was really good. Then we have Bugsy here. Bugsy also took several tries because Satyr is really scary. The other two are not that bad, but Satyr is really bad. I think that I also started using Flash at this point because I just didn't want to be hit. And it helped, so yeah. I would spam Hypnosis and I would just use Furious Vibes for Kakuna and Metapod. They are not threatening. They can only use Harden and Tackle, I believe, or Harden and Poison Sting, I wanna say. But not too bad. Whitney was actually surprisingly easy. I think that it took me like 3 or 4 tries, but it was not that hard. It was not as hard as I expected it to be. She was actually pretty easy. I did manage to put Miltank to sleep, but it woke up right away. I managed to put it to sleep again, and then I just spammed Feint Attack, or not Feint Attack, Headbutt. One of the very few actually useful normal type attacks it actually gets. I just spammed Shadow Claw for Morty and rival here, or actually Shadow Claw for Ghastly. Magnemite went down into moves. Yeah, I didn't want to learn Captivate there. Crocodile was a little bit threatening, but it only spammed Scary Face for some reason again. I have no idea why he does that, but it was pretty easy battle. Morty was pretty easy too because his ghost can't really hurt me and I have Shadow Claw, so yeah. This was a slaughter, which was really good. Because Jasmine is not going to be easy. And I like having easy gym battles. We battle Usine here. Usine is pretty easy. Drowsy goes down in one hit. Electrode. I think that it actually attempts to hit me, but yeah, it just uses Scritch and goes down into hits. Haunter can't really hurt me. And Chuck, I actually thought that Chuck was going to be bad, but it wasn't. He wasn't. He was an overkill. Slash absolutely demolishes Primeape, and Poliwrath for some reason didn't go for any fighting type attacks. It just spammed Surf, which really didn't do much to me, so yeah, it was a pretty easy win. Surprisingly easy win, actually. Then we battled Petrel again, because I decided to skip Jasmine. I did attempt to battle her a few times, but I kept losing because her Stilink was just too strong, so I decided to go ahead and do the Bryson gym first, or Price gym, not Bryson. Still goes down in one slash. Piloswine was giving me a little bit of troubles, but it was pretty easy. And Dugong is the only other maybe threat, but not really because the slashes takes it out. I attempted Jasmine a few more times. I did actually lose a few more times, but I did manage to take both Magnemites down with one dig. And the Steelix, I think that I spent dig for Steelix because I had nothing else for him. Or for her, actually. So, yeah. Iron Tail actually does a lot of damage to me if it hits, so that was really scary, but I managed to win there. Now this battle here actually gave me some problems because I would constantly faint before I got to Whizzing, and Whizzing would just kill me. But I finally managed to get a good run where I got to the Whizzing fight with a pretty good health. I managed to put it to sleep and I managed to kill it with 2 slashes, I believe. So that was pretty lucky because it kept waking up. Or I got into the battle with that with a really low health, and it just one-shotted me. I didn't expect this to be a problem, but this part was a problem. And then we have another battle with Aka. Aka is just Golbat is pretty easy. But Alligator is still pretty easy for some reason. I'm now regretting not giving him a Meganium. Magnemite is pretty easy with Dig, and his last 2 Pokemon didn't give me many problems, or any problems at all, because they didn't even manage to hit me. We have another Team Rocket battle, and this one was pretty easy, because Whizzing didn't really attempt to hit me, so that was pretty easy. Nice and easy for once. And another Team Rocket battle, not too hard. No Team Rocket battles were really hard because they mainly have poison types and they go down to 1 or 2 slashes. So that's pretty easy, but we're going to replace Slash soon with Return, because Return is much better. I do like Slash, but I like Return better because it does do more damage. And yeah. Claire actually gave me some problems. I kept fighting the Kingdra for some reason. It kept killing me and I couldn't do much to it, so I decided to level up Heart by battling her over and over again, and I did eventually manage to defeat her. But this was another roadblock that took me a while to get over, because she's actually pretty darn strong if she wants to be. Okay, she kept healing here, but I managed to defeat her eventually, like I said. It did take me like 10 tries, I believe. So not that bad, but still. It was the one battle that I didn't win in the first try in a while. But Alligator is still not a threat. Magneton should go down pretty easily. Though I do believe that I actually forgot Dig at this point, so no, I didn't. I actually still had Dig. Kadabra was pretty easy, didn't even manage to get a hit there. And Golbat was pretty easy because Return is really strong at this point of the game, and we're super overloaded compared to everything, so yeah, that was pretty easy. Then we got to delete for Will. Will was pretty easy. We just spent Shadow Claw, and that was not a problem. but Koga is going to be a problem, and he's going to take us a while to defeat him and a lot of leveling up, so I wasn't looking forward to that, but I didn't expect him to be the roadblock, but he was. But yeah, I battled Will over and over again until I actually leveled up enough to actually eventually defeat Koga, so Will was pretty easy. Nothing managed to hit us too hard, so that was pretty good because we had Shadow Claw. Like I said, Koga was a problem. I had to level up. I tried several times with several different levels. Ariados actually went down pretty easily, and it actually didn't manage to hit us too bad. Fortress was a problem because I didn't have anything that could actually hit it hard. Dig didn't do a lot. Return was resisted. Shadow Claw was resisted, so I couldn't really do much to this thing until I actually managed to use Dig, and it used Explosion when I was on the ground, so that was the run that I actually managed to defeat him because of that, because if he managed to use Explosion when I was above ground, he would actually kill me. That Fortress was the only thing that was actually blocking me hard. Then I got to Bruno, and Bruno was a problem. Hitmontop was actually pretty easy, surprisingly. But his Machamp was what was blocking me so hard because he had a I think that he had a Cross Chop, and he would constantly attack me and constantly kill me before I could actually attack it. It would one-shot me from level 70, I'm 24, 25 levels above him, and he would constantly one-shot me, and that was so hard. I think that it took me around 50 tries at least before I actually managed to defeat him, and that was because of luck. Hitmonchan was surprisingly not a threat either, and neither was Hitmonlee, it was only Machamp. Machamp was the only thing that was actually blocking me. Then I got to Karen, and I got walled. So I had to retry her again and again because Umbreon was actually annoying, but it wasn't that bad. But the rest of her team could be pretty annoying if I let them be. It wasn't as bad as Koga though, or Bruno. But it was, I had to retry a few times before I actually managed to defeat her. Petal Dance doesn't do much to me, so that's really good to hear. And Murkrow wasn't threatening at all, but I was paralyzed and in bad shape at this point, but I managed to win after a few tries. Now Lance here actually took me so long to defeat. I think that he took me around 200 tries, I want to say, because his Gyarados managed to take me down over and over again. If he hit one waterfall, I would be dead, or I would flinch. Then we got the Dragonite. Dragonite could use Dragon Rush, and it would instantly kill me. No matter how high of a level I was, I had to level up to level 94 before I could actually defeat him. And before, he actually didn't do enough damage to me, and I had to rely on Attract and spam that to actually defeat him, and that's so annoying. I know that it's annoying, but I didn't see another way, because glameow's moveset is so trashy. But I did actually manage to defeat him eventually, and I was so happy when I did, because he was killing me over and over again. And if I managed to defeat one Pokemon of his, the next one would come in and just trash me completely. So I had to rely on luck and have him miss a lot before I could actually defeat him. And I couldn't one-shot any of his Pokemon either, so that was pretty annoying. And then we had Earthy Search, or Lieutenant Search. He was pretty easy. Nothing too annoying there. I just spammed Return for his entire team, and he was gone and done. He does have a lot of Electrodes though, for some reason, and I'm not sure why. Probably because of the lack of the electric types, but I would kinda expect him to have Ampharos maybe? But no, he just has a lot of Electrodes. So Bruno was pretty easy too because I still had Shadow Claw at this point and it was one shot pretty much. I just slaughtered her entire team and they didn't even get a chance to attack me, so that was pretty darn good after Lance. 2 gyms in a row with no problem. Erika was pretty easy too. I don't think that anybody even got a chance to attack me because they are pretty weak and I outspent everything. Tangela was the only one that survived, barely survived, and the annoying thing was that she kept healing it and I couldn't one-shot it until I eventually did, finally, so that was pretty easy. Janine was pretty easy compared to Koga. Koga was a nightmare, but she doesn't have a fortress, so her passive types went down pretty easily in 1 or 2 shots, so that wasn't too hard. And she didn't even attack me, so that's really cool. Misty was pretty easy too, I believe. She went down in 1 shot. Or mainly went down in 1 shot. Lapras actually managed to survive and put me to sleep, but it barely did any damage to me when it attacked me, so that was pretty cool. Starmie went down to 1 Shadow Claw, I wanna say. Nope, barely survived, but she barely did anything to me. I was still pretty good with Quagsire, against Quagsire. I didn't have to repeat this battle actually, which was pretty good. I did go ahead and battle Ek again. Snizzle was pretty good, pretty easy to take down. Feraligatr went down with 1 critical hit. Alakazam didn't actually manage to do anything to me before it went down. Magneton went down with 2 returns, I believe, because I didn't have Dick at this point. Because I forgot that I actually had to do this battle, or it's optional, but I forgot that there is actually another rival battle in Kanto. Otherwise I would have kept that, but... Oh yeah, Brock was another roadblock. He actually took me a few tries before I actually defeated him, because I had to rely on Attract and Hypnosis again because I could barely do any damage to him, and he had Explosion on Graveler at least. Onyx was the only one that didn't do much damage to me if he managed to attack me, but the rest of the team could actually wall me and pretty much destroy me because I had no moves I could actually use against him instead of return or just return. So I had to rely on Hypnosis, Attract and Return to actually take down his team slowly but surely, and I had to hope that he barely attacked me or that he didn't even do any damage to me, like what happens over here. And I actually forgot about leftovers at this point, otherwise I would have actually added leftovers to my glameow. I do that later, but I forgot at this point. Blaine actually took me a few tries too, because his team can be actually pretty hard for glameow to take down. Cargo took a few tries and I went into Magmar battle with 105 HP left, which is not that good actually. It's pretty bad. But I managed to defeat him after a few tries. Blue was another wall because he actually took me a few tries as well. Executor went down pretty easily with a few Shadow Claws, so that wasn't that bad. But the rest of the team was actually pretty strong. Machamp was another wall because Machamp can actually hit really hard with fighting type moves, but I managed to hit Hypnosis and take him down with 1 shot, so that was pretty good. My Gyarados actually got roared out. I think that I had to use Surf. And I didn't actually attack Arcanine there. I forgot what actually happened there, but Arcanine actually managed to, I think, hit himself. I'm not sure, but anyways, I didn't attack him, but he took down my Gyarados. I think that I actually kept my Gyarados painted through the entire game, but this was the one try where he was actually not fainted and he got roared out, but this was the try that actually managed to make me win this battle, so I had to keep it in the video. It's not like I actually used Gyarados and it actually attacked. And even if it did, it didn't actually manage to take down anything in his team, because his team is like 25 levels higher than Gyarados. I also had a Hoot for flying, I believe. Yeah, glameow doesn't actually learn any HMs. I think that it only learned strength. If I remember correctly, I always thought that it actually learned Rock Climb, but it doesn't. Anyways, Red Battle. Red Battle was really hard. It took me at least 200 tries, if not more, because I kept fainting. If Pikachu hit me with the Thunder, it could actually kill me in one shot at level 100. If I actually managed to take it out, but I got paralyzed, it was game over, because I couldn't actually do anything, because everything would kill me. Blastoise had a Focus Blast, and if that hit, I was done. I had to do so many tries until I actually decided to just say screw it and use Substitute, and that was the try that actually managed to win me the battle, because I had Substitute, Double Team, and Attract and Return. That was my final moveset. I know that it's a bad moveset, I know that it's Charlie moveset, I know that it's stupid, but I couldn't think of another way of how I could actually win this battle, because so many things could actually kill me. Through Attract and through Double Team, I would need insane luck without Substitute. I really did try without Substitute, but if I managed to actually defeat everybody, I could get to Snorlax, and Snorlax would actually one-shot me through all the substitutes, or through all the double teams. So I had to rely on Substitute here, for them not to hit me and break the substitute, and for me to actually slowly take down everything on his team. Oh yeah, and if Blastoise didn't take me out, either Charizard would actually use a Fire Blast, or not Fire Blast, I forgot what it was, but a fire move that would actually burn me and kill me. Either Lapras would use Blizzard in Hail and actually hit it and freeze me, or just get the crit and actually do a lot of damage, so that was not cool. But yeah, I managed to get through almost entire battle with Substitute. I didn't have it for Snorlax, but I didn't feel like using it again. But I did actually manage to eventually slowly but surely kill Snorlax, because this thing is annoying. It would constantly live on in yellow or red zone, and he would constantly heal it, and that was not fun. But yeah, this was a fun run. I'm not sure if I'm going to use glameow ever again, because it's so stupid and so annoying and so pointless, but it was a fun but hard run. And I'm probably going to do it in Platinum next, because I kinda want to see how glameow actually fares in the Gen 4 games, where it's actually originated from. So yeah, we will see about that, I guess. So see you in the next one, I guess. Bye for now.